in a rare setting, all of our the commentaries, the commentators are also running the tracker today. So if we mess something up, please feel free to yell at us. All right.
I think Glitchymon is wearing the ZOOTR tunic. That makes me sad.
Okay, so
Bomb choose right off the bat. That's
choose.
very good.
It did just occur to me that because bomb chews are considered in logic, those would show up in large chests. So yeah.
And we have the bomb bag. Oh my god.
Well, all right then. We were going to have to consider our bomb chews in logic, but how about no?
Okay, so explosives are pretty much free in this seed. So we're just instantly gonna go fast and break the seed wide open. Explosives are very crucial for Glitch Randomizer.
Yeah. Explosives can allow you to do, various things like bomb hovering and super slides, things like that. Just get you all over the place real quick.
Yeah, along with that, combining explosives with hover boots, you're allowed to just do a ton of sequence breaks. So having explosives and hover boots early on in the seed makes a really fast seed. Hopefully.
Wait, hover boots? Where did those happen?
Hover boots were not collected yet, but I was just saying.
Oh, okay. I was
getting
wow.
hover boots early on in this seed.
I was like, I was real concerned if I couldn't find those, but yeah, okay, we're good. I am no longer confused.
So we have two people going into Decatry early while we have Frost leaving the forest.
Looks like Davpat is trying to set up ISG there on the soft soil.
That's a weird spot to get ISG off of.
I mean, it does work.
$40 gold skulls as a strength upgrade.
Ooh.
So hopefully we get to see some skips for strength.
Yeah, that's probably the most likely scenario. People will, for the most part, attempt to avoid having to do that.
Yeah. Or just also hope to run into another strength, progressive strength somewhere.
Right. And of course, because all the dungeon skulls are shuffled, you could just randomly luck into 40 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you wouldn't luck into 40 probably, because there's only 44 dungeon skulls, but combined with the ones you might grab along the way. Okay, Lon Lon Ranch is a foolish choice, meaning we don't really need to go see what's there, and whatever song is there is apparently not great either.
So it makes Weird Egg unnecessary. It can be skipped completely without having to worry about the checks in Lon Lon.
Oh yeah, because in this particular rule set we took the masks out, so that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, heading into the slingshot room here.
Frost messing up the slingshot minigame, rip.
It happens to the best of us, or maybe.
Davpat's trying to skip out on these chests, trying to save that time.
Yep. The, just not getting any of these small chests along the way. Get a little bit of time saved, but you could end up, low on hearts or whoa, that's a magic upgrade. I was looking for a spot on the tracker for it. Apparently that's not a thing.
I personally like to get the small chests when I'm in early game because I like to get I like to get rupees and have a buffer for health, and then later on skip the small chest, but to each their own.
Yeah. Some people gotta go for the YOLO. That is a ice trap. I was going to say it is a scale, but it is not. Yeah, you do kind of occasionally want some more health. If nothing else, to make those timers longer for things like heated rooms and water.
Volvagia.
Yeah, I don't know if I can beat Volvagia in 24 seconds.
No one can.
Well, good, I'm not just making that up then.
Unless you have a ton of fairies. Is that a real boomerang? I think it's the glitchy's part. That's the hard part about this layout, is that you see one person ahead in the small screen. It is a real boomerang.
Ooh.
Nice.
So, I mean, they can go get the other skull.
Yeah. Especially since they have explosives right off the bat, they can just instantly go to the back skulls. And Glitchymon is opting to skip that skull. Hopefully we see Davpat attempt. Oh no! He clipped through the web.
Whoops. Davpat is actually just climbing back up, which, you know, is a completely legitimate strategy.
Yeah.
It's probably faster than running back in. Maybe. Depending on if he pushed the block down or not. Alright, Frost is now in Kakariko Village checking the Redead Grotto. Got a whole lot of garbage. And Glitchy with the quick kill on Goma.
See what this Skulltula gives us.
That is a compass. It's a compass to something, but it's not particularly useful, so moving on. So, Glitchy not really being hurt by skipping that. I mean, to be fair, I have seen that particular skull be something way too many times.
No, I wasn't paying attention. Was the map obtained earlier? Or does Goma have the map? Because if that's the case, then Glitchymon was smart.
Oh, okay.
For using process of eliminate.
Yeah, that would make sense. Just count the items. And Davpat couldn't have counted the items because he just skipped the chests.
Right. That's another advantage to opening small chests.
And I looked away for half a second and I didn't notice what medallion or stone was on Deku, so I'll figure that out here in a second. 20 rupees on Anju.
Davpat having trouble with ISG. Hopefully that doesn't break his last stick. He accidentally overrode his jump slash damage, so that's gonna cost him.
There's your ISG.
Yeah, so he's gotta do it over again, stores jump slash, and wait for the eggs. That's an unfortunate time loss.
Oh, Deku Nuts work on those.
Mm-hmm.
I keep learning things that Deku Nuts work on.
Yeah. Also, we get the useless weird egg.
Useless weird egg, exactly.
Graveyard chest.
I'll still mark it, but it's useless.
I wasn't able to see the item under the crate.
Yeah, I just missed it myself. Well, that's a Hylian shield there on Goma.
Free shield. You should still always buy a shield, though.
Forest Medallion.
Free
Very
song.
nice. All right. So the Ocarina found. Okay, so Big Pose led to something. Forest Temple Way of the Hero. And I think that's at a wallet for Bigeron. Though I was reading that on Tiny Glitchymon screen, so I may have to see that here in a bit. We've got Davpat with the Super Slide. Good old bomb damage.
It's one way to go fast in Overworld. Got a second bomb upgrade in Frost's End.
Nice.
You check the Boulder of Destiny.
Looks like ZL is on that and slingshot at the Boulder of Destiny. That's funny. Anyway, Zelda's Lullaby at the Prelude location. Which, of course, Zelda's Lullaby is probably the most useful song in the game.
Oh yeah. It opens up another song. And it's used for solving puzzles in a lot of dungeons.
Yeah. So you can get around some of that usage if you really need to. If you have Zelda's Lullaby, there's certainly no reason not to do it. Oh, looked like that was going to be a bottle for Frostdiener, but once again, getting jebaited by the ice trap. I think that's probably one of my favorite decisions by the developers of this, is to put the ice traps in, but make them look like, useful items when they are visible.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Alright, so 50 skulls is a skull. Yeah, and Big Ron crafts a wallet. Alright, there's our medallions right there. We have Forest on Deku, Fire on Dodongo. There's another medallion. I didn't quite see which one on Jabu. And then it looked like Fire, Water, Shadow.
I got Requiem and Glitchy's End.
Very nice. Alright, so we have Water Medallion in Shadow. We've got Shadow Medallion in Jabu. Light Medallion in Fire.
I mean, Spirit Medallion in Fire. Light Medallion is Water Temple.
Right, Spirit in Fire. I'm dumb.
Did Glitchy just equip swap sticks? Because that is banned. Version exclusives is banned.
Well, I mean...
Because Deck of Sticks as adult only works on Virtual Console. It crashes on N64 in emulator.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he doesn't use one, I think it's probably okay.
Yeah. I just hope that he remembers. Because seeing him do it in the first place is what makes me worried.
I mean, some people like to live on the edge.
That is true.
Alright, so we've got Davpat entering Dodongo's Cavern. Dodongo's Cavern has quite a few items in it, especially with skulls shuffled.
Got Frost now you're diving the bottom of the wall right off the bat.
Yep. The well, of course, is some people's favorite place to go because there's just a ton of items in there.
Pretty sure Frost does have ZL, and I just forgot to mark it because he did go adult. Wait, no, but he didn't do Deku. Never mind. That is my mistake.
Oh, hello. Okay, so it was a big chest. I was real excited, and then it was the debate of the century. Oh, here's another.
Based Stone of Agony.
Oh, that's more like it.
Oh.
Megaton Hammer.
So the early dip in the well paid off instantly.
Mm-hmm. You know, one of the small keys for the dungeon sitting there underneath the water. Those small keys in this particular instance do lock a few more items because of the whole Skulltula situation.
Yeah, so the only go mode item we have left is the bow. Afterwards, we have everything to beat the game, to beat all the dungeons.
Wow, that's both pretty impressive and entirely perplexing. I mean, I know you can get into Shadow with shenanigans with seam walking and that kind of mess.
Yeah, that legend.
I guess the one thing I'm confused on is Water Temple.
Water Temple, you can
I know you can skip the door, but getting over there to the boss door is the
You can get there with hovering.
Oh, okay, right, of course.
Is that our third bomb bag?
Unless it's a debate.
That's our third bomb bag. Yeah, Glitchymon is using a version exclusive trick that is banned. He can't do that. And it's a big chest.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That is a problem. One.
We'll have to let the the officials handle.
I am the official.
I think you are the officials, actually. So you can handle that how you see fit. I think for now, I'll just try to keep commentating on the match as it happens.
Yeah, I'm handling this situation right now as we speak.
All right. So Frostdiener opens up the back of Dodongo's cavern, sees a small, or Davpat opens up the back of Dodongo's cavern. Frostdiener looks to be scumming a key here. And Frost, once again, checking some locations here in the well. Sees the small key at the bottom. Does not have Zelda's Lullaby, so he can't really actually grab much else. He's going to head over to the pits, where there's 3 items we can get a hold of. 4, if you count the Skulltula. Which you do, because they're shuffled in this game, of course. Alright. Frost, of course, doing the setup to get across that room with no lens. That's something you kind of learn early on when you're working on this. No real value above King Dodongo. We'll get to see the King Dodongo fight here from Davpat. I'm sure he'll get the elusive 1 cycle this time. Not really.
So I sent Glitchymon a message, and I'm hoping that he reads it. The ruling is he should not be using the big orange sword until he obtains a fire source, and he will receive a 1-minute time penalty.
Okay.
I hope that he reads the message I sent him, though.
I'm assuming you'll count using the bigger on sword as actually damaging an enemy with it. Because I know he swung it to kill some pots or something, but that's not...
Yeah, and that's gonna be problematic. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. If that's the case, I might have to extend his time penalty.
Alright, Davpat acquires the Fire Medallion from Dodongo's Cavern.
There is a time penalty because Glitchymon used a Virgin exclusive glitch using Deck-a-Sticks as adult, which only works on Virtual Console.
Alright, so Requiem of Spirit once again acquired for Davpat. I believe we may have seen the result of Glitchymon checking his messages on screen there for a second.
Okay, so that's good. He did
As we
flip
can
his
see, he
Master
has
Sword
switched back to the Master Sword, yeah. So we're really just kind of looking for the bow here. So, just out of curiosity, I'm as the seasoned speedrunner here. If you found the bow right now, how fast would you be done?
I'd say around 2 hours. I haven't seen a sub 2 seed yet, but that might be possible. But it depends. It entirely depends. We'd either see sub 2 or sub 230, I would say. Yeah, and I just got a response from Glitchymon. He has received the message.
Alright. So that is all well and good. Deku Shield,
That's a
finally
Deku
saw it.
Great.
And looks like Davpat is going to go for the Sun Song Grave, which I don't think we've seen any of our other runners do. Well, no, Glitchy did it.
It was a Vanilla Sun song.
Well, alright then. The dungeons in question are Water Temple, Deku Tree, Dodongo's Cavern, Shadow Temple, Jabu Jabu's Belly, and Fire Temple. Alright, so Frostdiener is waiting out the daytime situation before going to the graveyard, I imagine. which is kind of hilarious considering he could, if he had done Deku, he could get the Sun Song there, but he can't. Setting up the ISG to get a few skulls around here, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Davpat is just going hardcore on skipping the small chests.
Yeah. Trying to find any time advantage you can.
I feel like I'd be checking a few, given the
Oh my god,
fact that the fire
those
temple
bomb drops. Is Davpat gonna hover to Shadow Temple? He is.
Very interesting.
This is gonna be fun. No hook shot, no bow, no hover boots, and he's still gonna do Shadow Temple.
Like you do.
He's just hardcore attacking his progression right now, which is completely respectable.
Absolutely. Alright, so, doing the seam walk, like you do. The
Got Saria's
infinite
song
sword
from
glitch
Bolero.
helping out there. Saria's song from Bolero, very nice. That is hard required for 2 items.
Mm-hmm. And logically opens up Forest Temple and Adult Sacred Force Medal if Minuet isn't available.
Yep, there is that as well. Kind of giving you a little bit of a indication of where you might want to head. Frost, of course, heading to Deku Tree now. Be able to take care of that action. Davpat doing additional hover strats to get across this gap. This is a real interesting play, let me tell you.
Yeah, just one single Mega Flip is required to get across this gap. You're gonna be using a lot of Mega Flips to get across, to go through Shadow Temple without hover boot.
Oh, and he's got the he's got the chews here, but no Deku nuts, so he can't explode them immediately.
That would be a hard strat to use the Deku nuts to make them explode instantly and do a Mega Flip off of.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be difficult. I'm just throwing things out there. Oh, now we get to have fun trying to kill bats with no ranged weapon.
Well, he's gonna try to equip Saw Boomerang, isn't he? That'll be at least something. Or he's gonna wait out the case to attack them.
Alright, so Frost making his way through Deku Tree. Gonna be opening some of these chests. See Glitchymon checking a fairy fountain.
And there's the one key you need to go mode Shadow Temple. But I don't know if he's gonna go mode Shadow Temple or full clear. That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, so from this room, if I'm not mistaken, is where you can pull off the boat skip.
Yep, but it completely depends on the size of the chest. If he gets a small chest, he won't be able to do it, which is the disadvantage of the whole chest size matches contents setting.
So he's hoping for a big chest here. No guarantees.
Hover bootless boat skip isn't too bad if you're doing it from Dead Hand's room.
Oh, we got a big one.
Oh,
And it's the boss key, so you don't have to do the boss door skip.
oh, he's not gonna go for it. He's just instantly gonna go. See, the old bullet skip without hover boots, now that is terrible. But from Dead Hand's room, it's not too bad. I was able to learn it with not too much problem.
I am, of course, not going to pretend to know anything about how to do it, but I am going to trust your judgment on that one.
That is one way to do True Spinner without hover boots. Just get ISG.
Huh. Well, there you go.
Third try, unlucky.
Yep, too bad. It was only
Ooh.
a couple of months ago I learned that it couldn't ever be one of the first two skulls there, so there's only 3 that you can choose from.
I really like that bomb to mega flip off the torch. It's a really fast strat.
Nice. Nicely done. I mean, technically we probably shouldn't be talking about go moding, because we do still need to find a bow. And Dav needs to get the hammer, of course. Yeah, that hammer in the well for Frost is turning out to be quite a big deal.
Shadow Temple is tricky to decide whether to skip or not, because depending on how early or late it is in logic, it'll either have progression or have nothing. So full clearing Shadow Temple when it has nothing would be like a huge time sink. That would be a risk that people would consider.
Yeah, because in logic, of course, the Shadow Temple has quite a few requirements. You need the hover boots, you need Nocturne of Shadow, you need Din's Fire, you need magic. Just a whole chunk of things.
So we see Glitchymon going to Water Temple instantly.
Wow. I'm not gonna lie. That's a play. There's not much in Water Temple.
He's probably just gonna...
There's a little more with the skulls, but still. Yeah, probably just maybe going straight to the boss. I don't know.
Probably just gonna get the medallion out of the way, because full clearing Water Temple is not something that most people would do, especially when with the items they currently have.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to full clear Water Temple. Like, I don't really care what mode you're in.
Yeah. And we already see the disadvantage of that Davpat has with skipping the small chest is that he's very limited in health.
Yep, he's beeping like a crazy person. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We would have a little bit of trouble getting every single item in Water Temple, that's for sure.
Yeah. Especially with the items he has.
And with the skull situation.
Also,
Like,
Glitchymon doesn't have hook shot. So how is he? So Morpha's gonna take a while.
yeah, that is true. I mean, I think it's theoretically possible.
It is definitely impossible. It's just really tedious and slow.
Like, there's only a few windows that you have to actually hit the silly thing. Oh, we got a big chest over here in Shadow. It's a bow!
Oh my god. Alright, so Azure was right. Azure was right. I fully apologize for talking about go moding Shadow Temple.
Azure's like, what was I right about? I'm right about so many things. I don't know.
But the question is, where else could we see a bow in this current item layout? Because that's just one out of the 3 bows that's in the world right now.
Yep. So once again, we are seeing that hint that Forest Temple is Way of the Hero. We could see a vanilla bow.
Probably.
Or a French vanilla bow. There's another small key for Davpat. And he is just going to save.
He's save warping. Interesting. I guess he's going to make...
We're also seeing Spirit Temple Way of the Hero.
Spirit Temple.
And so Glitchy is attempting hookshotless Morpha. That's going to be a thing.
Right off the bat, we're seeing crazy stuff in this race. This is what I like to see in Glitch Randomizer. Well, sort of, but to an extent. Like, if you're going for crazy stuff, but you're losing a lot of time to it, that's when it gets kind of tedious. But, like, this is the kind of stuff is what I like to see.
Yeah, just crazy stuff you would never see in any version of the game for any reason. Right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, with the idea with hookshotless Morpha here would be you basically just got to time your jump slashes so that you can hit Morpha while she's available.
Yeah.
And I think you got to hit it 5 times.
7.
7. Yikes.
I've never seen that setup for the jump slash clip before.
And Glitchy getting grabbed.
Oh no.
This is probably going to result in a death. Oh, no, he's got a quarter heart.
It's a new setup. Interesting. Rip Glitchy. Dude, shoutouts to Based Jolin for all of the things he finds in Ocarina of Time.
So I assume you're talking about that Shadow Temple clip there.
The clip is old, but the setup for it was new. And Glitchy decides to bail on Water Temple, which I fully respect.
Yeah, that was a mess.
I hope he learned from the last race he did to not commit too hard on like really crazy stuff, because otherwise he's just gonna lose a lot of time.
Yeah, I was also commentating that race, and that was a thing.
I'm sorry.
He was doing a whole lot of just really off-the-wall glitches, attempting them anyway. All right. Davpat making his way into the back here of Shadow Temple. 4 items back here. You can somehow get your way through the trash compactors here if necessary. But it looks like he has no interest in that.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the Skulltula on the back wall here.
My biggest mistake in the Glitch Randomizer tournament was skipping out on these checks when I committed to skip most of Shadow Temple.
Ooh.
So I did the gate clip, but I just completely skipped those items and just beat the boss. And it turns out that one of the items here was hammer, and that was my go mode item.
Yeah, I imagine the hammer in this mode is particularly annoying to try to find. Because, you know, you don't really need it for much else other than Volvagia and a couple of switches.
You also gotta hope that none of your Way of the Hero hints point to something like Ruto's Letter or Silver Gauntlets.
Yeah. All right, Davpat now heading through the Bongo entrance hallway, doing some fancy platforming. I imagine there'll be a flip at some point here.
Yeah, you need just one mega flip, and then you'll be good. No, Dotso, we're not doing double damage boost. Those are harder. Shout out to Glitchless, by the way. And
I'm not gonna lie, everything about these glitches seems harder than everything.
There are workarounds to a lot of tricks in Ocarina of Time, and some of them are allowed in stuff like Glitchless, but they tend to be a lot harder than the glitch variants.
Alright, so ISG acquired for Davpat, though he is on a half heart.
It's just scary. Alright, got both hands.
And then
Oh
ISG.
no.
Oh no. I mean, I thought you could just stun lock him by getting in the right rhythm, and ISG just you tack on every possible frame, so. Alright. Davpat recovers.
That was a really scary bongo fight. Alright, and we see Glitchymon opting to go to bottom of the well early, and we see early on Frost's and that gives the hammer, so that's gonna pay off for Glitchymon. He's gonna get his hammer right away.
Mm-hmm. Frost checking the Gerudo Valley locations. Just a skull on Bongo.
Davpat can check Burning Cack, or does he need Lemon Medallion for that? I forgot.
No, you just need Forest, Fire, and Water.
Okay, so he can check Burning Cack right away. That's less than an hour, and we're already getting Burning Cack check.
So Frostdiener just picked up a bug in a bottle over on the Gerudo Valley waterfall. If I'm not mistaken, a bug in a bottle is one of the most busted items in the game.
for sure. You know this race is crazy when you see Hoverbootless Shadow before you see the Dampe race.
Oof. Davpat taking another quarter heart, doing some stop, drop, and roll strats to stop burning.
He's definitely living on the edge in this right now.
Frost setting up Scarecrow. Now Glitchy's going to be able to check a little bit more of well than Frost will because of the good old-fashioned Zelda's Lullaby.
He'll be able to check the chest underwater. You can get to Dead Hand's room without Zelda's Lullaby, but you can't get the underwater chests. Those hard requires you.
Yeah. There's a way to get on the ground where you could open it, but it involves not spawning the chest. So it's like you can get to the bottom of the water or you can have the chest there, but not both.
Yep.
I agree, chat is winning. So right now, Davpat has the bow and is the only runner to have that, but the other two runners have the hammer.
Yes.
And so that's basically the difference here. Oh. So dumb question.
Yes.
We haven't seen the light arrows yet, have we?
Nope.
Yeah, I think we need those too.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are kind of important.
Unlike some other games, you absolutely do need the light arrows to defeat Ganondorf.
Though you can get the light arrow hint from Ganondorf, so it's not too big of a deal.
Right. Davpat doing adult shooting gallery. Just gets his money back. All right. So Frost now taking the Owl Express back to the castle, and Davpat seeing the Minuet of Forest on Burning Cack.
Wonder if we're gonna see him hover the Forest Temple.
And we've got Prelude of Light at the Minuet location.
Songs are hard.
Songs are, in fact, the true final boss of this game, if I'm not mistaken. Glitchymon over at Desert Colossus now. As Child once again noting that we did get a hint saying Spirit Temple was Way of the Hero. There's absolutely no chance I was able to see that item on top of the arch. Wait a minute. I think that was our third Forest Temple Way of the Hero hint.
Third? So there
Yeah.
could be two items in Forest Temple. That's Way of the Hero. One of those probably Rudolph's letter, though. But let's be real.
I just missed what the song at Colossus was.
I also missed it.
For those of you prone to motion sickness, I'd recommend watching the left side of your screen.
Is Frost waiting for night? I
Apparently.
assume so.
There's a way he could solve this problem. He could go inside, get Zelda's Lullaby off of the song, and then go get the Sun Song. But he doesn't know that.
Davpat playing Minuet, going back to the Sacred Forest meta. I think he's gonna hover to Forest Temple. Yep.
All right.
Or no, we see a save warp. Never mind.
I guess if you're going to, wait on Nightfall, practicing your ESS position is a good way to do it. And Frost taking care of poor Richard here. Just another heart piece. Like
Vanilla.
Ooh, a trip to the bomb shoe shop. I haven't seen this in a while.
Whoa.
It's not even shop sanity. I don't know what I'm doing with myself. Alright, Hyrule Castle for Frost. He'll be able to make use of that chicken. Now, it's not a strict requirement to get into the castle. Okay, so there's Graveyard Way of the Hero. So I think the 4 Way of the Hero hints are Forest, Spirit, Graveyard.
Mm-hmm. I forgot what Graveyard had. I know there was a second bomb bag upgrade.
See, it had Weird Egg, but that's
Weird egg.
Oh, I guess that would be logically required for whatever song this is.
That is true. Yeah.
Because that's the only thing it would be logically required for, given Lon Lon Ranch is bad.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's favorite Resident Sleeper game. Hello, everybody. Significantly shortened to 5 notes, and still everybody hates it.
Yep.
And it's a Deku Nut upgrade.
We see Glitchymon mega flipping into Zora's domain, skip to trick that skips Zelda's lullaby, even though he has it. Looks like we're gonna see him heading to Jabu. I was gonna mention heading to Jabu since they have Boomerang and they could just do it instantly.
Yep.
So
A full clear of Jabu is completely in the cards. Davpat waiting on that Navi cutscene. There it is. For those of you unaware of how that works, I'm sure most of you are, but so the idea is you stand there on the edge and sort of double slash. That way you end up in a animation where you're falling down, but while you're standing briefly on that, you activate Navi, and then the rest of the physics takes hold. And while you're in a cutscene, the water doesn't interact with you, so you just fall down. You just keep going.
here we see Glitchymon entering Jabu with a jump slash clip. That is scary to do with Deku Sticks.
It's even scarier to do when you have no additional Deku Sticks.
Yeah, like right now. And here we see Davpat doing a mega flip that cuts off needing the need for using a Koko to get there as child.
Yeah.
There's our first logical bow.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much wide open in the logic anyway. So you did not need to go to Shadow Temple to get your bow. Speaking of Shadow Temple, this is logical AD.
Oh my god. Thank god this is glitched.
As the Ocarina of Time teaching the Nocturne of Shadow.
Oh, Glitchymon's opting to go mode Jabu instead of checking. It's understandable because maps and compasses are on, but since it was so... Like, Jabu is not that long of a dungeon. Actually, I completely take that back. It is a long dungeon, but
I believe we just saw ice arrows.
I think that was a blue ruby, wasn't it?
Oh, never mind. I thought it was ice arrows.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Glitchy isn't full queen Jabu.
Yeah, so Jabu is one of those places. There are some pretty solid concentrations of items, like, you know, downstairs you got those two skulls and another one. But the stuff in the back is just really slow.
Yeah. Oh, he's a clip swapping hammer. Now that is allowed because using hammer as child works on all versions.
Aha. So we did see a hint from Davpat there just outside Zora's domain that that Zora's fountain is foolish choice. So that'll cut down on a few checks as you head toward Jabu.
Yeah, so Baronade is immune to normal hammer damage, so you have to not store a damage at all, so that way you do default damage with your power crouch stab in order to do damage on Baronade with hammer.
I was gonna say, well, why doesn't he just use a stick? Oh, right, because he doesn't have any. So you just make sure never jump slash. And never do anything, really. Like, you can't even just plain swing the hammer.
Yeah.
Whoa, mirror shield in Zora's domain.
And Mirror Shield's, Spirit Temple is a stone dungeon, so...
So that would be considered Way of the Hero because of the logic. But I imagine, knowing that Nocturne is on Ocarina of Time, basically all of the Way of the Hero hints are now just complete debated.
Yeah. Unless one of those light arrows. Because at this point, you pretty much have everything you need to clear all the dungeons. Like, we know where everything is, except Davpat doesn't know where Hammer is, but other than that... Glitchymon and Frost still haven't found the boat, but they could find it in Zora's River. So we know where everything is except for light arrows, and we could just rush a hint for that.
Yeah. I mean, Forest Temple doesn't seem that unlikely to me, given the fact that we've got a bunch of items in there.
Yeah.
And I find more often than not when I get various Way of the Hero hints, light arrows come up quite often on those hints. Which is kind of dumb because, whoa, there's a hook shot.
About time. I was gonna mention we're over an hour in and we still don't have a hook shot, but there it is.
And a lens. Huh.
Yeah, but forget lens.
What? Well, something could be on Treasure Chest Game. And I personally don't have that kind of luck.
Not gonna lie, sometimes forget about Treasure Chest Game. Davpat is low on sticks as well, so this is also worrying. And he gets a first or second try. So he gets in the Jabu with one stick as opposed to Glitchy 0.
Yep. The unfortunate part about the stick situation is it puts it away when you throw the boomerang. So, like, if you broke the stick, you'd lose it.
You would have to use Infinite Sword Glitch.
Ah. I need to know applications for things. Now, for everybody's favorite game, throw small children around a fish. So the reason for the strange setup here is this particular tournament didn't have a 3-person layout set up, and so we added this screen to the layout just as quickly as we could beforehand to make sure everybody could see it.
The through it was pretty much unexpected.
What was this? Somebody said the other hookshot happened? What?
I missed it.
Where was that?
I guess that's what makes Spirit Temple with the hero for long shot and logic for Water Temple.
The skull in the climbing part was the first hook shot.
Mm-hmm. That makes Shadow Trial easy.
Alright, so no, it was the same hookshot. We're confused. Alright, we see a useless chest out on the where the silver gauntlets would be for Frost. Davpat is going on a tentacle murdering spree, like you do. Again, a small chest there, so no big deal. That particular location.
Oh my god, the last bubble is hiding. It's right there.
Just the bubbles on a stealth mission today.
Well, it seems like a good amount of Jabu is pretty much useless, so Glitchy made the right play to skip most of it. Then again, we still need the Skulltulas. Heart container and recovery heart. Alright.
I mean, I'd certainly take a heart container in Davpat's situation. At some point, he's going to have to go do what Glitchy's doing. Head on over to Fire Temple.
Oh yeah. So Davpat is here doing a mega flip to skip Big Octo. That also skips needing to kill all the tentacles and
He did kill one of them just to get the chest, of course, but...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm watching this to learn the setup right now. It's roll, jump slash, and then roll again, I guess. Roll off the switch.
You can do a bonk off the switch before the jump slash as well. And then you have a 1-frame window to open the door. You have to roll and hold up at the same time to get it right. There we go.
Kind of like the B1 skip setup that I learned.
Yep. But you can just mash A while holding up for this. You can get away with.
Alright, so we get Song of Time for Frostdiener at the Saria Song location.
There we go.
Alright, Davpat now into Baronade.
He's gonna have to use Infinite Sword Glitch with his one stick to make the fight work.
This was another thing I was surprised to learn the Deku Nuts worked on.
Alright, Glitchymon is opting to climb up the Fire Temple, which is a smart choice. I did see him earlier attempting to do the BK skip from the first room, and he was having trouble with that, so...
Yeah. I think he spent like 40 minutes trying to do that in the last race I commentated, so... How about no? Alright.
Oh, be careful, Davpat. Be careful. Don't break your stick.
Trying to set up the ISG here. Once again, the way you do that, of course, just interrupting the crouch stab with a text box or a cutscene or something along those lines. And the text box of choice here is the Navi text for targeting Baronade. Now, the tricky part with that is, in order to crouch stab, you can't be targeting.
Oh no.
Oh no, the stick is broken. Now what do we do?
Pots.
I think what we do is bail. But pot strats, I can see how that would work. The pots would probably deal the same amount of damage as like a Deku Stick slash. I think.
Does Davpat know how to do this? I don't think he does. Okay, he's just gonna save warp. That was an awkward situation to be in.
Alright, so
Because he
Frost,
hasn't moved King Zora.
Frost is also doing this clip into Jabu with the same number of Deku Sticks.
Except this time he's doing it with a broken stick. He's doing the old strat. Jesus Christ, that's a throwback.
There are times when I see this when I'd just be like, you know what, I'm just going to pick up a bunch of sticks down in Zora's domain and then just grab a fish. I mean, Frost has a bottle. I don't think anybody else does.
I don't know if Frost knows that if he slides onto Jabu, he can just keep mashing the jump slash and it'll eventually work. Because he could have saved it.
I don't know exactly how precise this method is, but it doesn't look easy.
It's very finicky. But there are multiple times where Frost could have saved it by just mashing jump slashes. But the jump slash clip is a lot easier.
So Glitchy did in fact find the boss key in Fire Temple, and is now headed to the Volvagia fight.
The accidental boomerang pull. Oh no, he did it again.
Oh, now he
Oh,
lost his
no.
Navi.
Alright, Frost is in with one stick. I don't know if Davpat knows the setup.
I imagine the intent there was to recoil and
You can
land down below.
You can do a clip through the clip between the wall to get to the loading zone.
Oh, okay. And down goes Volvagia. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Blue Rupee out the...
That was scary.
He had a grand total of 40 seconds to pull that off, so congratulations to that. Spirit Medallion acquired for Glitchymon. So here's the question I have. As a seasoned speedrunner, is it in the categories where you do this, is it a physical requirement to throw Ruto at the Switch?
Yes. Oh, wait. At the... Sorry, I got confused. Are you talking
It's not
about,
an actual requirement. I was just saying.
Oh, wait.
trying to be
There are like
honest.
multiple switches that also involve Ruto. But yeah, it's a strat that people do to throw Ruto at the Switch.
Yeah. Throwing small children at Switches to get for fun and profit. This is the name of this game. Like Glitchy had to do a reset there. That is the one downside to Virtual Console, is that resets are pretty costly.
Especially if they crash for unfortunate reasons. I don't know why sometimes resets crash on VC.
Wow. I just saw the way that Davpat implemented that that cutscene or that clip out of Zora's Domain there. That looked surprisingly free.
There we go. Now Davpat gets the jump slash first try.
That looked less free.
Yeah, so the thing about King Zora Skip is you do a glitch called Ledge Cancel, where you cancel Link's climbing animation by shielding damage, and that puts Link in a weird state. And in that state, you also ignore round of collision, so you can just walk past King Zora. You can also walk past boulders as well.
The only time I ever managed to skip King Zora was on accident. And that was after unfreezing him. So you just while the ice is freezing, I just rolled through.
Oh yeah. Is Frost gonna do Beery Hover? Oh my god, he is.
Oh my. I can imagine how this is gonna look, and that sounds interesting. Oh my, look at that. Is he just gonna go up to the platform that's up there? Is that the idea?
Yep. So that way he doesn't have to mega flip.
Well, there you go. Is this as easy as it looks?
I've never tried it actually, so I don't know.
Because it looked like he just got ISG and then got up against a wall and just started shielding damage from the berry.
Yeah, just he was just mashing backflips to get it. Yeah. I think it's safe to say that Glitchymon is in the lead, but do remember that he does have that 1 minute time penalty.
Right. Now, Glitchymon did come into Shadow Temple here. He could have attempted the boat skip there, but as we know, I believe he's still looking for that bow.
Yep.
Now, if he does go through a good portion of Shadow Temple, he will find it, and that will put him in good old-fashioned go mode. Minus the light arrows, that is. I guess go find out where the light arrows mode. Yeah, there was a 1 minute penalty assessed for using a version exclusive glitch, the Deku Stick on Adult. And that was about it.
Yeah,
he did manage to get the Bigoron sword because of it, so he has to. We ruled that he has to not use it for the rest of the game unless he finds a fire source. And when I say we, I mean my co-commentator, who is also the person in charge.
Yeah, so we ban version-exclusive glitches in this tournament to even the playing field, because there are some glitches that only work on Virtual Console and crash on N64, and that can give the Virtual Console runners a significant advantage.
So you can equip swap the stick on N64, it just crashes the game.
It just crashes when you use it, yes. Oh no.
Oh, Davpat takes a death on Baronade. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but we did mention, getting things, opening chests, not dying.
Poor
that
Davpat,
being said, it's
having a lot of trouble with Jabu as a whole. And he only has one bomb shoe. So he has one shot to attempt this mega flip.
Now he lit the torches in the child grave, or in the in the composer's grave as an adult, and that's
Oh, that's right, bombs.
right. You're like, oh right, you can use actual bombs to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, poor Davpat.
To be fair, I don't even know how to do bomb chew mega flips. I've only learned how to do the bomb ones, and that's only about 10% of the time. There's a level of like timing awareness that you have to be able to be good at this game that I don't really have.
Okay, so Glitchymon is gonna be missing out on his bow because he opted to do the gate clip.
Yep, looks like it. That is going to be unfortunate. But as we know, there are multiple bows that you can use, or that we can acquire. So if he decides to go to Zora's River at any point, he can find one there. We have no idea where the third one is, but you never know.
Yeah, so a big thing about Glitch Randomizer is that not only it's about routing, but execution takes a huge factor in Glitch.
Absolutely. That's why I didn't join this tournament.
Yeah, that can be a big turnoff to newer, less experienced randomizer players who have only done accessible because execution is more of a factor. But it is, I mean, since it is still glitchless logic, it is possible to do a seed, play to accessible, and still be able to beat someone using glitches.
Frostdiener is going for the chest game.
Oh boy. And Baronade's dead. There we go.
Alright, well done for Davpat. Third time's a charm.
I'm pretty sure Davpat is playing on Project 64. I can tell by the pausing. And Frost
how
is...
it's weird.
Or it's either Project 64 or he's using a different... Oh, we have the Kikiri sword.
Oh boy. That sure is a thing.
It's either PJ or he's using a different graphics plugin for BizHawk. He might be using, like, it could be possible that he's using the Rice plugin for BizHawk, but I don't know for sure. But the pausing definitely looks like Project 64.
Yeah, it's not anything I've ever experienced before, so I'm assuming it's Project 64. Because
Yeah.
I hear things about the pausing being awful and weird stuff, and so yeah, it for some reason renders Link on the left side of the screen like that. It's weird.
Yeah, I think Davpat is using a different graphics plugin to, because I think if there's another plugin that's used but makes the pausing longer, but this is a less accurate plugin but makes the pausing more bearable relative.
All right, so Bolero picked up for Davpat. And Frostdiener finally learned Zelda's Lullaby.
I didn't even realize he went through this entire entire hour and a half without Zelda's Lullaby.
He went like super hardcore into child after his initial adult.
Right. I mean, it's pretty understandable that he was very thorough, but with his child checks. But he does have. Oh no, Davpat shield's gone. It's weird because the route Frost took is what caused him to go back to childhood instantly and stay there for a while.
It did get him the advantage of having the hammer, of course.
Yeah. But because of the fact that he didn't do Deku right away, it gave him less of an incentive to stay adult. On his first adult trip, that is.
Ooh, Frost picks up a strength upgrade.
There's our first strength upgrade.
It's on the Hammer Crater Fairy. To be honest, I'm not surprised that Glitchy is grabbing the skull token, because he's still looking for that bow, and for all we know, it could be on 10 skulls or something.
Yep.
For all he knows, that is. There could be a third bow on 10 skulls, I don't know.
I strongly dislike the Staphos in this room.
I was about to make a comment to that exact effect.
This is exactly why I instantly throw a Deku Nut in the room to stun the Staphos. Because dealing with the Staphos is a pain.
Alright, and Frostdiener heading to the top fairy. I think we saw this on Glitchy's screen.
Yes, we did.
Yep, there is a bow in the river. And is that where Glitchy's headed? Nope, he's going to Lake Hylia.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna beat Water Temple. Now that he has Hookshot.
Significantly easier with a hookshot, yes.
Yeah.
Oof. Couple of oofs, actually.
Yeah. Davpat has been struggling a lot because of his slow health.
I mean, at that point, Davpat had seen everything you needed to in this area anyway, so it's not that big a deal that he died. He just comes back here.
Yeah.
I imagine he's going to head on through the rest of Child side, and he's going to get that hook shot. So Frost checking out our good friend, the Link the Goron.
Yeah, so far Davpat is the only one without a hammer.
Yep. I imagine he will probably check well at some point, and hopefully before he even finds Song of Storms.
Hopefully soon, because he's child right now, and if he's running out of checks for progression, I might as well go to bottom as well to reduce the amount of trips from child to adult.
If I had to guess Song of Storms, I think it would probably be what, Ice Cavern?
Yeah.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be Malon because we know that one is foolish.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's not Ocarina of Time. We know it's. We basically checked most of the other things.
Yeah, Ice Cavern is pretty much all. He's doing Crazy Dance. Oh my god. Okay, so this is a very long and complex setup to get to the adult side of Spirit as child. Unfortunately, he messed it up.
That was. Wow. I mean, is he going to try again?
Yep.
Okay. I wasn't even aware you could even get onto that hand, so... Oh boy.
And Glitchy is in. Getting that easy rematch against Morpha.
Much simpler play this time. Wow! Davpat gets to the other shoulder. I imagine from this point on it's... You know... Oh! He missed the hand!
Oh my god! No! That's tragic.
That was so good. Right,
And so here we see Frost finally doing DC, something that he didn't do on his first trip as a...
That explains why people skipped out on the what's it called, the Floormaster room in Shadow, because there was a hint regarding its containing a compass. This is like a couple of rolling jumps at very specific locations, and yep, that didn't make it.
Alright, now that's Glitchymon's last dungeon. Now he needs to find the bow. I hope he doesn't get beta in the Forest Temple, because that is Way of the Hero.
Yeah, there is that possibility, and it I'm not gonna lie, it does kind of seem like the kind of play you would make.
Unless there is a third bow in the Forest Temple, then he'll get extremely lucky.
Right. But I mean, we know it's Way of the Hero, and we know that there's another bow available, so the bow, the Way of the Hero hint would not be referring to that bow for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's gonna go ahead and check his ladder at him right away.
Okay.
There we go. Good stuff.
Davpat has made it to the hand.
Good stuff.
And from here, it's just a real precise jump to the ledge over there. There we go. Davpat has officially made it to the adult side of Spirit Temple as a child with no key.
Rip. It was worth a shot.
He's about to shoot a thing and find a key. Though actually the chest downstairs also has a key. He just hasn't lit the torches yet.
You can find a key in this room.
It's entirely possible, yeah.
There's one. And there's two. Rip the key.
And now he's gonna find a key, and he's like, come on.
Alright, so remember, Ganon's Castle boss key is required for these settings, so he's gonna have to find that. He's gonna clip into Light Trial without the gold gauntlets, and that is.
And there it is.
There it is. The most likely
Like
place to find the boss key.
Yeah, there are basically as many chests in Light Trial as there are in the rest of the dungeon.
I'm just realizing that Glitchy could possibly find a third bow in Ganon's castle, if it is possible.
That would be ridiculous.
That would be amazing.
And just find light arrows there for no reason.
We still don't know light arrows yet. Yes, that is correct.
I do feel like we'll probably get that information sooner rather than later. Glitchymon stepped into Shadow Trial and then thought better of it.
Good. He would have to do some hovers.
Yeah. And non-trivially long hovers, too.
Mm-hmm. And that's a small chest. So we just need to see what the Ganon's Castle boss key chest holds, as well as Spirit Trial. I forgot he hasn't done Spirit.
Yeah, there's a couple of chests in here that you can look at. It is a little disorienting to keep up with the chest size matches contents thing. Yeah, I don't have to open that chest if I don't want to. What in the world is going on here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Glitchymon doesn't have magic.
Oh my god, you're right. I didn't realize that. This entire time he's been without magic.
Which means he skipped, what was it, child shooting gallery?
Yes. I completely didn't notice that.
Alright, Frost takes care of King Dodongo.
Does Davpat not know how to do Broken Stick?
Ooh. That's unfortunate. I mean, the way I know to do it is just get up against a flat wall, backflip, and then release, and then do a roll, and then pull out the stick and jump slash.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll get you there. You can also, like, sort of do a 45-degree angle slash with the wall, and that'll also work. That's how I used to do it until I figured out that other way was really consistent.
So Davpat is opting to go straight adult.
We
So
do
in
see
order
that.
to get his hammer, he would have to make a second trip back to Child, which would lose some time.
Yeah, and I imagine it's going to be one of the last things on his mind. With with all the different things you have access to right now, unless you find Song of Storms, you're not necessarily thinking, I need to go to the well.
Right. Chances are he might make the play to Ice Cavern or Forest Temple.
Frost was up on the seam walk and fell down. He's heading toward Shadow.
Light arrows are in Forest Temple.
Okay. As we may have expected.
So Forest Temple is not a bait. It is, in fact, Way of the Hero. Truly.
For actual real. Though it's possible that the second Forest Temple item is actually bait.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be like another strength upgrade or something.
Probably Denzaruto's letter.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. Because, first of all, we saw 40 skulls was strength, so that would also be available. Alright, there we go. Frost has managed to activate the Infinite Sword glitch now, making the seam walking just that much easier. I'm told it's basically impossible to screw up the seam walking when you've got the ISG on.
Well, you could get stuck in the corner, and that's one way to mess up.
But you're not going to fall off, is the idea. Alright, so Frost has made it into Shadow Temple. Ideally, should find a bow in here if he cleans it out, or cleans it out enough. Now, of course, Glitchy is heading over to the Lost Woods. I imagine with that light arrow hint, we'll be heading to Forest to find those, but he's still going to be short both the magic and the actual bow to shoot those arrows with. It's like Davpat is attempting to hover to the Hammerlock chest here in Goron City. Frost with the first try truth spinner. It might have been because he had the lens. And gets a little bit bodied in the mega flip attempt. I guess more bodied than normal, because you do want to get somewhat bodied.
Yep.
In the mega flip attempt. You just want the shield to absorb. Yeah, the programming on the shields and explosions in this game isn't broken at all.
Nope, not at all.
So Frost once again making a few more attempts at that mega flip here.
No one is done because someone decided to skip Child Slingshot Gallery.
And part of Shadow, and hasn't done Zora's River. I think Frost actually does have a bow. He was the one who got it off a river, right? No, I'm making it.
No, it was Davpat who got his second bow from the river.
Nice. Davpat makes it to the hole with 2 seconds left. Gets a wallet. Might want to destroy some grass and hope of getting a little bit of, like, health. Play Zelda's Lullaby for the Gossip Stone. Davpat finding out about the logical all dungeons. Uh-oh. There we go, it makes it. Frost still attempting the Mega Flip across the gap in Shadow Temple. While Glitchy is looking for those light arrows. They're going to be in a large chest, so he has no need to check any of those other. I'm not making this up. If you play ZL for the Gossip Stone, it gives you a fairy, right?
Yes, it does. There we go.
Alright, Frost makes the jump. And now we can go exploring. He did apparently get the double defense upgrade at some point.
Mm-hmm. I'd imagine Frost is gonna full clear Shadow Temple at this point, because he still needs items.
Alright, Davpat is gonna find that piece of heart there. For a second there, I thought he had broken into the hammer one. Another instance of the Lon Lon Ranch hint. And Frost, looks like Frost is going for the block skip here.
He did set Aurora's win, which makes me curious if he plans on coming back. Oh, he's doing reverse. He's doing this in reverse.
Yeah,
that's gonna keylock him.
That did cost him a key there.
This might keylock him. It's gonna depend on what he finds, though. Because I have gotten keylocked attempting this route. That's a risky route to take. But then again, he did save.
Choosing a skull.
Fun fact: Buffaloes are afraid of bombs. If you place a bomb, they'll just keep backing out.
Huh. Frost is having some issues on the wind bridge here. I guess in order to climb up, you'd have to wait for the fan to finish.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Alright, small key in the first chest of forest for Davpat. Some of this we've already seen on Glitchymon screen, but not in quite as stunning detail. Alright, so yeah, we see Frost go ahead and do the reset. That does mean, however, that he's going to have to do that Mega Flip again. Oh wait, no, he's got Ferrari's Wind. I'm dumb.
Yeah. And he's still opting to not do the rest of the dungeon, which is going to cost him for the bow.
That is kind of sad. It's always amazing commentating these races how a lot of times you and everybody else you know sitting around, you get this big picture view and you're like, man, I could have been done hours ago. And of course, if you sat down and played this yourself, you're just like, you'd be as stuck as the rest of these guys, and you know it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe you wouldn't have skipped Child Shooting Gallery. There we go. Frost gets the block. So that is a jump right there onto the boat that I still haven't figured out how to do.
So only one person has opted to go into Deep Shadow Temple. And by deep, I mean mid Shadow Temple. Deep Shadow Temple is this part right here.
Yeah. Though Frost did check a portion of Shadow Temple that nobody else did.
That is true.
So
Davpat just needs just needs to do a neutral roll in order to get this right.
yeah, so I came to find out, I used to just kind of eyeball that hookshot thing, and then I found out it's the exact same setup as the broken stick. It's literally the same setup. I was like, oh.
Alright, hopefully, I'm hoping that Glitchy clears Zora's River before he heads into Ice Cavern, because I know that that's what he's gonna do. I know he's gonna go to Ice Cavern, because he doesn't have any other... But I'm hoping for him to check the rest of Zora's River before he commits to Ice Cavern.
Yeah, well, I mean, the upside with going to Ice Cavern, there's those light arrows.
Mm-hmm.
The upside with going to Ice Cavern, of course, would be that he'd get Song of Storms, and that might point him in the direction of the well.
That is useless for Glitchymon because he already has the hammer and has already cleared for
Oh,
the
right.
temple.
Sorry, it's Davpat that doesn't have the hammer.
Yeah, he's just used to the bow.
Yeah.
And magic.
I got confused. There's 3 runners on screen. What am I doing with my life?
Alright, so it looks like he is opting to clear River.
Alright, so that is going to work out in his favor for sure.
That'll be almost GG, except for the fact that he doesn't have magic.
We may have to have a discussion about Child Shooting Gallery at some point.
Oh my god.
If he was actually skipping that grotto, I was going to have issues.
Is Davpat gonna make the play to GTG? Because he's super slaying to the ranch.
Hmm.
Or not. No, he's going to the lake.
Yeah, he's probably going to Water Temple.
Right. Okay.
He's taking a bit of a scenic route along this fence.
So Glitchy finds his bow, but where is he gonna find the magic?
Nobody knows.
I don't know if he realizes that he doesn't have magic.
He might be going to
doesn't-
Ganon without it.
He doesn't realize that he doesn't have magic. That's unfortunate.
That sounds like a thing. And I think he's figured it out.
There it is.
It's like, wait a minute. Like, I notice a severe lack of one particular thing on my screen.
Alright, what's he gonna do now? I think he might head to Ice Cavern now.
All right, Frost heading to Bongo Bongo. Davpat heading to Water Temple. Glitchy heading to probably Zora's Domain and Ice Cavern.
Glitchy did find his bow. He found it in Zora's River. He just needs magic.
Yeah. For all we know, there could be the second magic inside Ice Cavern, so that would be helpful, but who knows?
Yeah. Or GTG.
Oh boy.
We still haven't seen GTG in this seed.
Yep. Nobody been to Gerudo Training Grounds, and there are a sickening number of items in Gerudo Training.
Hopefully, we never get to see GTG in the seed. That'll be great.
Alright, Frost setting up for a Mega Flip here to Bongo Bongo using the buffered version. There we go. Get there on the limbo frame, as my co-commentator from last time called it. Start backflipping there.
There's his long shot.
Wow.
Davpat's gonna clear Water Temple, isn't he?
Ooh. That's interesting.
Oh boy.
He might have a hard time getting places with the diving capability that he has. Meanwhile, Frost had a little bit of issues performing the boss key or boss door skip on Shadow, so doing another Mega Flip to get across to it. Instead gets a ground jump. Glitchy clips behind the red ice. Excuse me.
Frost is also an emulator.
Alright, Glitchy using a bomb to boost into this red ice picks up the compass.
Yeah, he's playing on RetroArch. I could tell from his resets. Well, Davpat is probably also playing on PJ.
Small key for Davpat. And Frost attempting to get knocked through the door. Not quite there. So I think this is an instance of that thing you were talking about called ledge canceling. Is what we're trying to do here.
This is a different glitch. This is ledge clipping as opposed to ledge canceling.
Oh, okay.
So he's gonna, on the first frame, you grab a ledge, and between walls, you can retarget, and that will clip him through, and you can use that to damage through. There we go.
All right, pulls it off, and Frost has entered the bongo fight.
I was scared that Frost was gonna soft lock too.
All right, well, here's ISG on bongo, and down he goes. Some nice glitchless jump strats here in the push block room, Ice Cavern for Glitchymon. And we see just a skull on the skull.
Has to bait blade arrows.
There's fire arrows for Glitchy.
Well, he can use his big iron sword now.
No, he can't. He doesn't have magic.
That is true. Oh my god.
All right, Frost is going to get the Sun Song now. Oops, Davpat grabbing the wrong hookshot target there. Hey, there's the third bow!
Hey.
In Water Temple. So Davpat is a literal bow magnet and still hasn't found the hammer. So all three of our runners looking for different things.
Alright,
Which
Glitchy's
is honestly
going
not something you see that often.
Glitchy's going back to Child. Hopefully he does shooting gallery right away.
All right, we will see.
Alright, he's exiting the Temple of Time, so that's a good sign. Instead of warping out. It is nighttime though, but he does have Sun Song.
Yeah, I think he might go for... Yeah, so he's going for the Hyrule Castle here. Looks like he might go for the... Or...
He's
I don't
gonna
know
go
if
to
he
the
actually got
ferry.
the song. And Frost activating the Scarecrow once again. First of our runners to get access to that particular thing.
If he were to save warp to the top floor, he would have to go to the bottom anyway because of the water level. Because he doesn't have hover boots. Glitchy save warp, didn't he?
Looks like it. So once again, skipping out on the child shooting gallery, which holds his, last item he needs. Frost finds another Hylian shield on top of the lab. Looks like Davpat might be going to the exact same place, just in a different manner.
Yep. Hope he doesn't get Gwade though.
Oh, he gonna get Gwade.
He got Gwade.
Like you do. Alright, Frost in Fire Temple now. Ready to take care of business. It looks like he actually did purchase a Goron tunic at some point. I don't think he's wearing the same color he started with. Meanwhile, Glitchy is facing off against a Forest Wolfos. Good old-fashioned stab it with your stick. Davpat going the long way around for these Lake Hylia hints. Still desperately searching for that hammer. And of course, he's going to get no help, as nothing will be pointing him in the direction of the bottom of the well anytime soon.
Yeah, that's what makes the sea tricky, is that you have no direction to bottom of the well until Ice Cavern. You would have to make the gamble based off of having bombs and Zia.
Alright, so Glitchy took a death inside Sacred Forest Meadow, I imagine on purpose, just because it's faster to get back. Another small key for Frost, as there are just a stupid amount of small keys in Fire Temple.
Mm-hmm.
There's even one more than there are locked doors.
Looks like Davpat's heading to GTG.
Oh boy. Now, unfortunately, we know this is not going to help him out at all, but we may find a second magic over here, which might give Glitchymon something to do.
At this point, Glitchymon has no reason not to check Child Shooting Gallery unless he just forgot or something, and he thinks that he checked it when he didn't.
Yeah, there is a good chance, like, it's something that's just so automatic, you might just check it off in your brain and not even think.
Yeah.
You know? Alright, so Davpat looking to pull off a mega flip. This is not going to get him across the canyon, but it will get him onto the ledge below. Alright, so Glitchy heading back into Zora's domain. Davpat picking up a bottle, which I still think is the only one we've seen. Alright, a boss key for Frost. Means if Frost wants to beat this temple now, can be done.
Davpat's gonna full clear Fire Temple.
Looks like it. Well, he's gonna have a hard time beating Fire Temple without the hammer.
Right. That is true.
But you're gonna get enough small keys here that I think you get jebaited into the back. Maybe. Maybe I can't count. No, I actually think 2 of those keys were behind the hammer, so...
I do not remember. Oh yeah, because the boss key is in one of these 2 rooms, so he is gonna get locked.
Yeah, so he's not gonna get tempted to go too far in this dungeon, which is, pretty ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was it Glitchy that skipped out on a lot of Jabu?
Yes, but Jabu didn't have anything.
Right. I'm just thinking he might end up going back there looking for magic.
Oof.
While he's here. Finds the mirror shield. Alright, he's not heading to Jabu, thankfully. He might be going fishing.
Yep.
We certainly haven't seen fishing yet. I mean, in the... You know, since I've started playing this, the fishing minigame has gotten, tolerable. It's
Oh,
not...
yeah.
It's not nearly as bad as I used to think it was. Davpat is about to take a death.
That's unfortunate.
And Frost looks like just finished off Volvagia here. He was, of course, in no danger of dying because he actually did buy a Goron tunic. Alright, Glitchy turning in the fish, getting a skull token. And Davpat gets the boss key and is gonna bail. Davpat is now heading back to the Temple of Time, which means he's going child, which means we may see that Welch. Frost using Saria's song to get through to Forest Temple the old-fashioned way, and heading to Forest, they will be able to find the light arrows there, but nothing to shoot them with. We know for a fact that the 3 bows in this game are in Water Temple, Shadow Temple, and
Zora's River.
in Zora's River. The heck is that? Oh, it's a bottle, I guess? It's just got weird coloration, I'm assuming due to the graphics plugin being used here. Davpat taking the time to explode this lady because I think the next reward... Well, no, he's just going. I was like, after you find the second reward, you don't want it. You can just walk out the door. You don't have to explode the lady if you don't want to. Sometimes she deserves it. I'm gonna go ahead and walk that one back.
The Bomb Chew lady did nothing wrong.
What are you talking about? You basically do nothing but walk backward in this game. So Davpat will be the second of our runners to pick up the butter knife. Unless he decides not to even pick it up. So I wonder, I haven't checked this out, but in chest size matches contents, is that chest at the end of the treasure chest game always big?
I do not remember, actually. I assume not.
But you can still always see through it?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Alright, Frost picking up the light arrows. Glitchy is going for Sphere Zero checks, but not the right ones, as you said, as you stated. We're gonna, I imagine, before Glitchy goes back adult, we'll see the shooting gallery, unless he just completely forgot about it.
I just want to say something about the whole Sphere 0, Sphere 1 thing. There's a common misconception that the items that require nothing is Sphere 0, but it's actually Sphere 1.
It's technically Sphere 1, yes.
Because according to VTorp, the dev for the Link to Past randomizer, Sphere 0 are the items that you start the game with, and Ocarina of Time doesn't have with. So these are Sphere 1. We don't have a Sphere 0. The only Sphere 0 we have are the medallions.
The one medallion, the Kikiri boots.
The Kikiri boots, yeah. The Kikiri tunic.
I don't think Kikiri boots are in the requirements for anything. Though I did hear a dumb idea for a randomizer where you start with a random pair of boots.
Oh, God.
And you have to find the Kikiri boots to walk normal.
So yeah, I just want to get this out there that we've been using the sphere terminology wrong the whole time.
So, I kind of use whatever the chat used at the time. Like, I know it's Sphere 1, but if the chat says Sphere 0, I'm just like, I'll let it slide.
That's fair, that's fair.
Yeah, there would be some weirdness you'd have to do with the child having those boots, but it'd be funny. Sounds like something that they should implement for April Fool's Day next year. Introducing Boot Sanity. Oh, that was Epona's song.
This applies for Sphere 1 and onwards. Sphere 0 is a completely different case on its own.
And I mean, to be fair, it's really only a quirk of how the programmer writes the code. Like, if the programmer decides that Sphere 0 is the things that require 0 items to get to, they can code it that way if they want. But all of the randomizers I know have stuck to that particular convention. Alright, Frost is going deep fire. Glitchy is once again in Link's house. Not where he should be, which is the shooting gallery. Ooh. That's a clip I didn't know about.
Yep.
That's a pretty cool clip. Can you just climb through the underside of this floor?
Yes, you can. It speeds up a good amount of Fire Temple.
Sick. And that clip didn't actually look that hard to do either. And Davpat going for Darunia.
Which we saw from Glitchy's and it was a Skulltula token.
Yep. Ah, so they're both right in the same spot. Apparently.
Mm-hmm. Just looking for different things. One of them could possibly be in this area, but the other one is just straight up not, because it's just one item.
Yep. Though, to be fair, Goron City, not too far from Kakariko Village. It is conceivable that Davpat might head to the well after this. It is significantly far from Castle Town. Though, you know, we've got
God, hover boots.
Whoa!
They're here the whole time.
Hover boots in the Goron pot. Huh. Who'da thunk it? That is not going to work the way you want it to, Davpat. I mean, unless I'm mistaken, you just throw the bomb when the smiley face is facing you, and you're good. Or get it in the hole when the smiley face is facing you.
It depends on your bomb pole, not the hole. Because the bomb pole is what times the explosion. Oh my god, Glitchy's going adult.
Oh no! And Davpat picking up the hover boots as well. So basically, in this seed, we have known where the, quote, go mode items for this seed were for the last 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them just continues to evade each of our runners. It's just crazy talk. Glitchy checking the desert fairy.
You know, I want Glitchy to find
There
the
it is!
magic. Oh my god.
Glitchy finds the second magic at the desert fairy, and that's gonna do it. Glitchy gonna go finish off Ganon. My goodness.
Oh my god.
But we are gonna have to have a discussion about child shooting gallery.
Yeah,
Here in a bit.
I was gonna. That's exactly what I was gonna bring up before he actually found the second magic. I was hoping for him to find the second magic, so that way I could hear his reaction when we tell him that's in child shooting gallery.
All right, Frost finds another bottle in Fire Temple. So Frost is looking for one of 3 items, whereas Dav is looking for one particular item, though if I'm not mistaken, what he's doing is going to lead him that direction. I can't think of any other reason you'd want to clip into this house. Oh, you just want to go to the store. Cool. Go into the store. He's in Kakariko Village, so I imagine he's probably going to check the well. Maybe you'll take a couple other steps to do it. And then it was child shooting gallery. All right. Looks like Dav is going to get bigger on sword. I guess Glitchy could technically use bigger on sword now.
He can.
Somehow I feel like Ganon should not have been able to hit that ball behind him.
Oh, almost got the one cycle.
So, this flame storage glitch inside the composer grave. The only way I've been able to pull it off was backing slightly away from the wall before I started side hopping.
Really?
That way I wouldn't be up against the corner when I tried to turn and open the door.
Mm.
I mean, maybe I'm doing it wrong.
Also, a reminder, Glitchy does have a 1-minute time penalty. So if Davpat... So it depends on how far Davpat... How fast Davpat gets his hammer and beats Fire Temple to see who the real winner is.
I mean, I don't think he's going to be able to beat fire and water.
Oh yeah, he has water. Yeah. But Frost also needs the bow. And then what? He has Water Temple.
Yeah. I think Davpat is making it daytime for an additional attempt at that sign dive, and if not, we'll do the cuckoo dive. Nope, just gonna do cuckoo dive. Oh, that's actually way freer than I thought it was.
Frost is missing out on his Zora's River checks, unfortunately.
Oh no!
He's going straight into Ice Cavern.
He's so close. Wasn't the long shot out here?
It was the bow. Oh, the long shot was in King Zora.
Yeah. I think it might have been the Skulltula here, but I don't know for sure. Oh, King Zora, yeah, that makes sense. You despawn the ice. I forgot you could.
Alright, so Glitchymon finishes with a time of 2:45:53, but with the 1 minute time penalty, it'll be at 2:46:53. So we're gonna be waiting until 2:46:53 before we officially declare Glitchymon the winner.
Right. That being said, seems pretty likely.
There's Davpat's hammer.
Yep. So Davpat is in official go mode and should be finishing up shortly. Now, that being said, the top 2 finishers from this race do move on to the brackets. So,
Alright, 1 minute has passed. That makes Glitchymon the official winner of this 3-way race. Congratulations.
well played to Glitchymon. We will see if we need to get. And we are joined by the winner of today's race, Glitchymon. Congratulations.
I'm very sorry I did not know stick on as adult was banned. Because there's no I'm wrong with rule set.
Yeah, that's just so it's
Well, I know that
even playing field between the two
consoles. I know. I just didn't know.
Yeah, he just wasn't aware that it was a rule. But I figured that just giving you a time penalty will be the best course of action, and even then, you still won. So congratulations for that.
Thanks, Apersure.
So I have to ask you something. Did you intentionally skip the child archery game?
Well, funny story. I kind of forgot about it because I didn't have enough rupees. I was gonna do it later, but I forgot.
Oh, it was the rupee count that prevented you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was where everybody else got their magic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well then. That's not good. Well,
I was hoping for you to find the second magic elsewhere just to hear your reaction.
I was mad.
But yeah, you had the hammer pretty early on. One of our runners has just found the hammer recently.
Wait, what? Is everybody that far behind?
So Davpat found all 3 bows before finding the hammer. And Frost has not found any bows, but has the hammer. Frost was the first one to find the hammer.
Yeah, and Davpat just recently hit go mode.
Oh, well that's good. But yeah, I really liked having an improvise of having 0 sticks in Jabu. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, nicely done with that, with the hammer strats there. Can be pretty tricky to actually get that to do any damage.
All the other runners had stick problems for Jabu. They all entered Jabu with low stick counts and had to, some of them had to, one of them had to just leave the temple to get more sticks because he accidentally broke his very last stick during the fight.
Oh yeah, that's not good. Because for some reason, I was failing the setup, but I didn't know why I was failing it. so I just pause buffered it and hoped it worked, and I was left with 0 sticks. So I considered undoing pot strats for Baronade since I did not feel like going through Jabu because of Water Temple shenanigans. Doing Morphle without hookshot, that's a good idea.
Well, it was entertaining to say the least.
I'm glad my death was a good finish. Oh, I escaped the hand. Oh, I died. He just rushed me.
It was funny to see at least one attempt to hookshot with Morphle.
Yeah, because I didn't have my hookshot, didn't want to look for it, and I wasn't really too far away from getting all the dungeons done. And I think I played decently well, except for forgetting magic, which probably could have saved me over an hour.
Yeah, we kind of speculated that this seed could have possibly been sub 2.
Sub 130 would be more realistic.
Sub 130, that
Yeah, I could have definitely
yeah.
gotten sub 130 if they didn't make dumb decisions. Because realistically, I would have gotten that bow in the river anyway.
could... Right.
It's just I took a few trips to Ganon's castle when I took one trip but I wasn't supposed to, and I forgot I needed magic. And they usually always have magic there.
Yeah, that can be really, really disorienting. It's like, what?
Yeah, and I immediately, when I realized, I left. And I am probably, instead of doing bomb shoot, I think I might do bomb shoot bowling after I come back instead of beforehand, because that eats the most rupees.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Alright, so Davpat just beating Fire Temple, and now he has Water Temple, and then he has the final bosses. While Frost is still looking for his bow and Water Temple.
So the 3 bows, turns out, one was there in the river. That was clearly the logical first bow. The other 2, one was in the middle of Shadow Temple, which was the first one that Davpat found.
Yeah, that was a crazy play. Like, Davpat went into Shadow Temple very early without, like, hardly any items. He didn't have hover roots, he didn't have hook shots, he didn't have bow, and then he found his bow in the Shadow Temple. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, and the last one was in the Water Temple. I believe it was the compass chest. The one in the little water pillar.
Well, I didn't have iron, so I had no way to get it. Or I didn't have a spell or irons. Actually,
You can do the ledge clip to get there.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot about that. But I don't really think of getting anything in water.
Yeah, understandable.
Because of the incredibly low progression rate for basically every single variation of Rando, except for the fact that skulls have items, so it might be a mistake to skip it, but it worked out.
Yeah, Water Skulls has been like my biggest fear for every glitch randomizer seed.
My biggest fear is probably just the right side DC skulls, because they're a pain in the butt to get, and I skipped them. Because you either need to do bomb hovering, or need scarecrows, or something like that.
You'll need a bottle to do reverse DC.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. That assumes you have hookshot.
Yes.
Also, if Light Airs was in the middle of Shadow, I would have had to end the race because I was locked out. So that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Gross.
I because of the Water Temple shenanigans, I took huge gambles and most of them paid off. I think.
So, have we? Oh, sorry. My brain exploded there.
Yes.
I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Oh yeah. Can we all just be very glad that this was run in the glitch mode and not the accessible mode?
Yeah,
All dungeons nocturne.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, did anybody notice I VC crashed?
Yeah, I saw. That was unfortunate.
Well, it's a good thing I saved. Like that's probably the best. That's the best case scenario for a VC crash. You only lose like a minute and a half probably.
Yeah.
But do you guys have any questions about my alpha gameplay, or whatever it's called?
None that I can think of.
There was some pretty impressive plays there made, and of course, finding the hammer before Davpat and finding the bow before Frost, that basically, gave you what you needed.
I mean, I usually dip the well if I have ZL and bombs or explosives. Like it's a no-brainer. It's very easy to enter. You don't need Song of Storms. And if you're low on items, it can have a lot. And that having hammer for early child section is really insanely good because you can usually equip swap it from left side. Right side, depending on your setup, does not work sometimes for equip swap because of item placement in your inventory screen. Pretty sure for right side you need a spell in your inventory for it to work, but left side you don't really need too much. Like when I did left side equip swap, I used bombs since I happen to have them, which is pretty convenient.
Cool.
And
None.
Is Davpat gonna still doing water tumble? I don't know what he's doing. I think he's trying to look for the boss key. Cause
no.
I don't know if he knows the boss key, Skip. Cause I don't see any other reason why you would do more of water tumble instead of just skipping straight to the boss.
The one strat I actually need to practice is the bomb chew strat for beginning of spirit, so I can get past the block. I don't know it.
That will be a really useful skill to have instead of having to rely on something like Spirit Hover.
Well, yeah.
As we all know, Spirit Hover is not something that you want to try if you don't know it.
Spirit Hover isn't that bad, but it's a little bit difficult without hover boots, so...
Right.
Yeah. So at that point, if you don't have hover boots, you're better off just learning the hover boot with silver block skip.
I know, I'm gonna have to do that when the bracket starts. And just a question, since I won, do I have to do another race or something?
That's just that is seeding you for first in the bracket. Actually, no. What am I thinking? That just seeds you for the bracket stage.
So I'm in brackets now?
Yes.
Okay.
Right now, Frost eventually found his bow, so now we're watching a race between Davpat and Frost to Water Temple.
Yep, and it's looking pretty close at this point. Especially if Davpat can't do the boss door skip.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I have to head out because I have class.
Right.
So, thank you guys for watching.
Shower.
I enjoy commentating, and congrats on the win, Glitchy.
Thanks, Shower. Okay. Oh, I made him leave. Dang.
All right.
Alright,
you're welcome
thanks.
to hang around or do whatever you want, but feel free to do what you need to do. I'm going to go ahead and follow the rest of these runners to the end of this race.
Do you mind if I help commentate?
If you'd like to, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Alright, I can definitely help with commentary in this case. I guess I'll host speed gaming while I'm at it. Which speed gaming channel is it?
3.
Thank you.
Alright, so Davpat gets yet another small key, but still no boss key. Frost attempting the boss door hover here. Looks like he
Alright.
got the first backflip, but not the second.
I wonder if he's doing the newer strat. Looks like he's having a little bit of trouble, unfortunately. But I hope he doesn't run out of bombs here. Alright. Okay, yeah, he's definitely mistiming his backflips. I'm a little worried.
Yeah, I remember Frost had a little bit of trouble with this in the previous race against you last time.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah, the main reason I even know this trick is because I run 100%. Because before running the new VC Hunter route, I didn't know the sword pull ground clip.
So the keys don't count as part of the 100% then?
No. Boss keys, maps, and compasses are not required for 100%.
All right.
Thank God.
Yeah, that seems like a bit of overkill.
Okay. All right.
Is there an all maps and compasses meme category?
No. There's an all chess category though.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, he's better off doing. Alright, so Davpat with the bomb shoe strat to hit the switch. But unfortunately, he missed. Did he miss it?
I think he just looked through the wall to see the
Yeah, I see.
chest.
Yeah, that's fair. I saw him pull the chew, try to hit it. That's cool. That's actually a really interesting strat. But unfortunately, Frostdiener ran out of bombs for that.
He just reset and came back to try it again.
Yeah,
And this happened during the other race, so I imagine he'll get it eventually. I have a question for you. Have you ever had one of these races where the boss key for Ganon's Tower wasn't in the light trial?
No.
I didn't think so.
It's the most likely place it usually is, and it's not too hard to get in. It's a little more difficult if you only have chews. You have to do a custom strat, but you can just super slide in. It's not too hard. But yeah, it looks like Frost. What Frost is doing wrong there is he's pulling the bombs too fast. So he doesn't get any time to backflip because the bomb explodes too quickly one after the other.
So he's getting the first backflip, just not the second because he doesn't have enough time.
Yeah, he's pulling the second bomb way too fast. That's why he's failing it. And if he keeps pulling it, he's just gonna keep failing it until he has to grab the boss key. All right.
Oh, he's got it started.
All right. Hopefully he doesn't. Oh. So basically what happened there is he held down a frame early. Because if you hold down during that, it doesn't work. yeah, that's way too fast.
I mean, each of these bomb hovers is pretty precise.
This bomb hover is not precise at all. He's just going way, 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 way too fast. Like, you can delay the bomb by a lot and still make it. It's really not too difficult. I don't mean to be a meanie, but I'm just trying to be honest. I'm not trying to insult.
Well, yeah, I mean, just
Oh,
like you said, pushing down a frame early is going to make you fail.
yep,
Right,
that's
so that-
exactly what he's doing there.
And so
So-
there's not as much margin for error as most people would think.
Yeah. So you just have to hold. Oh.
He's down to 2-3 bombs.
Well.
Looks like Dav has joined the party in the boss door room.
Slippity sloppity. Bombs are not my property anymore. I'm trying to make a joke. Yeah. Oh, what's going on with Davpat? Oh, he might be just using the bathroom.
I think Davpat, he might
Oh.
actually just be looking up the skip.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you usually should be doing that before you get there. That's what I do. Okay, because this is what I did in 2015 100%. Is basically you drop the bomb, you toss a bomb, and your timing's usually very lenient. Uh-oh, he lost ISG. Alright, well this is actually a very interesting race.
Alright,
runners-
Frost starts the hover again.
Both runners appear to have the exact same medallions, and they just have to beat Forest Temple. Oh, Frost, stop holding down. He's failing it because he's holding down. This is gonna be an interesting interview. Both runners are just stuck at the BK skip, while I got first try.
Yeah, I
And
mean
then
that's what a lot of practice will do for you.
Yeah, and then I just did Hookshot Morpho, which was a really good idea.
It was the best idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like that. It's not like it's really insanely hard, and also I had little hearts for screw up.
Yeah, and it's not like there's any RNG involved or anything like that.
Poor Frost.
Frost getting a little bit.
Okay, so basically, that's not good hover for Davpat. Using choose for this hover is is a lot safer in general. And you have to do 3 hovers after the first initial 2 for the old setup. And there is a backup strat. You can do like a type of angled side up and jump slash to make it work. Oh, Frost keeps holding down. Alright.
Alright, so Davpat has reached as high as he's gonna get with those bombs.
So basically what he has to do is he have to... Oh no. So what he has to do there, because he was a little bit far away, is he'd have to do a side roll and then a side hop from the other direction, and it propels you forward. So it can give you more lenience for bad backflip.
Alright.
Backflip timing.
So here's the level of dumb that I am. What is meant by a side roll?
Side roll? Basically if you... A side roll is where you hold like very slightly down the control stick while targeting, and when you do that, you're moving like very slowly backwards, and if you press A, you do a side roll. And you can influence that by like holding slightly down left or slightly down right.
All right. So is that the same position that people use for the ESS?
No, it's different. Like, that's farther out from ESS. It's so Link is barely moving. So it's used it for dot skip.
All right.
So for dot skip, you do a side roll and a side hop.
All right.
Yeah.
I should look into that at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. Dav has himself in the air. Frost is in the air. Don't hold down.
Yeah, he held down.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Water Temple Boss Key Skip Fest 2019.
I think this should actually be a highlight, if that's allowed in speed gaming. Yeah, well, I don't know what they do. I don't know what speed gaming does. I'm usually affiliated with the ZSR for the most part, so not sure.
All right. So, bombs to the left of me, bombs to the right. Here I am, stuck in the air with you.
I'm tweeting this out. This is great.
Well, I mean, one of these runners is bound to get it sometime.
Maybe.
So, my question is, where could the boss key be that they couldn't get to? Was it...
Well, the main issue is I don't think either of them have irons.
Yeah, Iron Boots is a problem.
Doesn't look like they have... I don't think they have Furrow's Wind, I'm pretty sure. Or it's not
one
on
of them
tracker.
does.
One of them does, so if... I think one of them's quitting. That's not good. Let me see. No, he's not. So basically what you can do to offset needing Iron Boots is you can do a Furrow's Wind dive. Where off the Tektite. Are you familiar with that at all?
I
No?
imagine it's similar to some other dives. You activate the item to get that cutscene going while you're being damaged backwards. Or maybe you activate it and get damaged during the cutscene.
Not exactly. What happens is if you're at the edge of the platform and the Tektite pushes you while you're using Furrow's Wind, you'll fall down to the bottom.
So it's not quite damage, but you are being pushed.
You are being pushed. So the Tektite pushes you during the spell animation. And you just have barely enough time to swim to the corridor where Rudo normally is.
Okay, looks like Frost is pause buffering the bomb hover here.
Oh no, and he's... Okay, I think this is actually... If he goes another frame, I think that's not gonna work. Yeah, Big Red doesn't work. Like, Big Red bomb frame doesn't work for that trick.
But the big blue one does?
Yeah, he paused one frame too many.
Alright, so that one should work, right? But not that one.
Yeah, he's okay, so he's I think it really depends on your height, but I think Big Blue is definitely just safer to go on. And another option, since Frost has Longshot, is he can Longshot the torch from the top, where Rudo, like there's 2 torches outside of Rudo's room.
Right.
And you can Longshot that from the top and just swim into the corridor that way. But usually you don't have Longshot here in Glitched Rando.
That trick with the long shot, I believe, is allowed in the accessible rule set.
Yeah, he's holding down. Furor's Wind Dive is not allowed, but
But the long shot thing.
yeah, it's allowed and accessible if you have the long shot. It's really convenient if you came in with Golden Scale. Okay, at least Frost is getting it now, and he actually can make attempts to do it. So
He's just waiting too late on the frame there.
I think this frame sometimes works, but he's just holding down when he's not supposed to. Okay, I think he's looking up a video. Okay,
So what you're saying is you would want to not have down held until the frame where you're doing the backflip.
No. You don't hold down at all. You only hold down once you've clipped.
Wait, well, how do you backflip without holding down?
Oh, never mind. I misunderstood. What are you pertaining to?
I mean, I'm trying to figure out what you're pertaining to with the holding down thing.
Basically, what Frost is doing is, when the explosion hits him, he's holding down when he's not supposed to. So it's preventing the ground clip from working. Because he's changing his
position. It's not a backflip? Oh, look, he got there.
Yeah, so basically he didn't hold down that time. Okay. Meme torture over. And it's an easy way to misunderstand the trick, especially if you have no help from chat. Because I'm pretty sure his chat wants to scream at him right now. Don't hold down. But it's emote only mode.
Alright, so Frost has Morpha. Slightly let Morpha escape here, but this should be okay. You can just get back in the corner and reacquire Morpha.
And it looks like Davpat may be able to get it soon. I'm hoping he can at least catch up. Because I think I've spent mostly 20 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes here. Like, this is crazy. Like, I would be so terrified in a race if this happened.
Yeah, I would be just... I would go nuts at this point.
By the way, I think this is a real if Davpat is doing this strat though, I think this is a real mistake because he should be using bomb chews for the backflips. Like, it's a really huge mistake not coming here with shoes. Because it forces you to do Water Temple instead of skipping it.
Oh, he's pulling out shoes.
Oh, well, oh, he does have shoes, but he wasn't using them. Okay, well, that's not good. This trick is basically free with bomb shoes. Okay, now we can side up.
Oh, got there.
Nice. Alright, as I thought, he was gonna follow behind, but he's like 2 minutes behind, two and a half minutes behind Frost now. So all in order for Davpat to win, all he has to do, or all Frost has to do, is die again 3 times, and I think Davpat should win. But I'm pretty sure Frost is in go mode, so I think the race is GG at this point.
Well, I mean, we do have to make sure that both of our runners manage to clip into the light trial, but that shouldn't be a problem.
They haven't done the light trial? What? Alright.
They haven't gotten the medallions yet.
Well, Well, I'm just really... Oh yeah, they got light arrows earlier. It's really interesting. Yeah, I was thinking, well, you could always hover into Ganon's castle to get the light arrow hint early. It's not too hard.
That is something you can do.
I mean, but the problem is you need about 9 chews to do so.
And of course,
do you know what?
Of course, it doesn't help that you still have to spawn the Rainbow Bridge before the thing is all said and done anyway.
Well, I know, but it's good to generally, as an example, you could find an out-of-logic bow in Ganon's, and the in-logic bow is like behind 5 sphere checks. So basically, a bow could be, I'm not sure, behind silvers in GDG, and there's nothing else in GDG except for the bow. So you can go into Ganon's castle and get a lot of the checks there, and possibly find more than that as well.
All right, there we go. Frost manages to clip into Light Trial, no problem. There's the big key. Or boss key, sorry. Mixed up my game. And Frost gets a Goron tunic that he already owned. Yeah, he actually went and bought one.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Well, I mean, I don't blame him. I never buy Goron tunics because I never usually need to, but health in this rando is a little iffy, and it's very hard to manage health and fire without magic.
Right.
Mainly due to the fact that you have to go through the keys and like room and spin attack and hope you don't get damaged. I had a little bit of hard time in fire managing my health, but thank God the boss key was in that room, otherwise I would have had to save warp.
Alright, so Frost making his way up the central tower of Ganon's castle. Dav heading in to Ganon's castle. This is a pretty close race. It is, of course, Frost's advantage at the moment. But, you know, stranger things could happen. We could have these Stalfos take forever to become vulnerable, I don't know. Could have mishaps on the Iron Knuckles. I remember earlier in the race somebody was having issues with Iron Knuckles backslashing them, being jerks.
Oh. Yeah, well, I mean, if he dies the Iron Knuckles, then Davpat has a chance.
Oh boy. He's got a fairy, but he's on a quarter heart.
Wait, he has a fairy? Okay. What is he doing, dude? Okay, quarter 8. Well, because it would definitely be a closer race if he actually died, but he's still losing time from taking the ferry.
Yep.
So this race could actually be... So right now Davpat is roughly a minute and 30 behind Frost, I think.
Yep.
Because he had a hard time with the Iron Knuckles.
Though, small consolation prize, it does empty that bottle that you already have equipped, so you can use it for Ganondorf if you want.
Why would you use that for Ganondorf, though?
Because that's the only way I know how to do it.
Okay, well, I have a very easy solution for you. One that will surpass all things good.
See, quick spinning is not easy for me.
It's not?
No.
Oh yeah, you probably use an N64 controller, so it might be harder.
Not even that. I'm using like a PS4 controller.
Okay, do what you want then. I have no opinion.
I'm not a professional at this. I like talking about games, and I'm very bad at playing them.
I mean, yeah, using bottle is okay. I just think it's just not really fast to do. Like, you probably lose like 5-6 seconds just from equipping it. And possibly more because of management for fast strats on Ganon.
Fair enough.
And
there's Frost getting the ISG going on Ganondorf. Down he goes. it's on to the pig fight.
I kind of forgot to do ISG there. Oops.
Eh.
Well, because I missed the last 2 hits because I had a bad position on him. Also, apparently I asked for the big screen. I got the tiny one. Interesting. That's okay.
Well, you did put a kappa after that request.
Oh. Oopsie.
I wasn't responsible for putting you there, but you know.
It's okay. I forgive you anyway, even though you didn't do anything.
Davpat is just doing
a he's trying to get ISG and it's not working out for him. And it looks like he has not practiced his Ganondorf fight, unfortunately. Because he's doing tennis from the back area and he's gonna die. So
Alright, Frost on to Phase 2 of Ganon. This is the last chance for Davpat to catch up.
Uh-oh. Okay, so Davpat is not going to die to Ganon because he got very lucky there. Because when Ganon's at low health, he does like a really big attack where he spams a bunch of beams at you, but you can shoot him with lighters during that attack.
Yeah.
Before he does it.
I used to think you had to do a spin attack to knock all those back, but turns out, nah.
Yeah, that's fine. Frost dying to Ganon. Oh no. Like, I really wish there was a slightly closer race. It might be a little more exciting. But the person who did the faster water temple strat technically won, so...
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yep.
And Frost finishing off Ganon. Just one more slash in his face, and that will do it. Though, if you're Davpat right now, you're just like, oh!
Yeah, so
how do I have a chance here? I don't understand.
Uh-oh.
Frost... wow, Frost shot... Shooting Zelda with light arrows, a little bit of showboating there. Just wow. There we go. Frostdiener finishing with a second place time of 3 hours 28 minutes and 25 seconds.
GG to Mr. Frost. But yeah, I think Frost, from what I've seen in Endgame, I think Frost's Endgame is a lot better than Davpat's.
And Davpat also finishing off Ganon just a scant few seconds later. Finishing off with an official time of 3 hours, 29 minutes, and 41 seconds. So
and just for
congratulations on that close.
And just for reference, this is not a good glitched rando time. The 2 to 3 hour mark is a decent, like maybe 1:30 to 3 hours is a good glitched rando time, but anything higher is just messy.
Yeah, I don't imagine that the runners here are particularly satisfied with your times. I don't think you're particularly satisfied with your time.
Well, I probably could have saved an hour if I got magic earlier, but I made a boo-boo, so it kind of sucks. And for bracket, probably not going to do Risky Shadow, because with the key placement in there is a chance that you won't be able to get back in. like, sure, you can beat it quickly, but if you have a required item in there, you're screwed. So,
All right, so we have been joined in the chat by Frostdiener.
Hi.
Congratulations on that second place qualifying for the brackets.
Very close. Very close.
So we had a very, very interesting spectacle on our hands with the about 15 minutes of both of you trying to get the Water Temple boss key skip.
Oh, me and Glitch or me and Davpat?
You and Davpat.
Oh, yeah. I hate stackers. I'm so bad at them for some reason these days.
you were holding down during the sword slash when you weren't supposed to.
Yeah, I noticed at the end that I was not doing it properly. I'm not used to that setup yet. Like last time I did on my other race that we did, I did it with the weird setup
Okay.
to get a staircase, but because I didn't know, I only saw that setup. I can't find another video on this. This is a video with like the staircase setup, but I'm just, yeah, at the end I realized that I held down way too early.
Yeah, just wait until you clip, then hold down to go into the loading zone.
Yeah. I have to remember it.
So, So I want to ask you some interview questions, unless
Go ahead.
Doctor. Okay, so how do you feel you've done this race aside from Water BK skip?
I've done this race. Okay, I want to say some mistakes here and there, but I don't know how I was supposed to follow logic. I think I could definitely do better. I need to practice, but
yeah,
like the
because
seed was weird because like super early explosives. Like, what do you do with those? You know?
you Hess with
Yeah. I
which
don't
is
do that
what I
often.
was doing, and I was wasting a lot of my bombs failing ESS because I'm on VC.
No, I
But
failed
yeah,
them.
you were by far the first runner to find the hammer there in
Bottom of the wall.
the well. Yeah.
I was just on my route for Cocos and Dampe as child, so I was like, let's go in there. I have explosives, might as well.
But of course, the bow eluded you for so long. There was one in Shadow Temple, a little
there was
further
one,
in
yeah.
than you went.
Oh.
And then there was one in Water Temple, and of course the one you found in Zora's River.
So it's really, Shadow Temple. Yeah, I was considering maybe going back up to Shadow Temple eventually, but where do I even want to go? No, I wanted to go to check Zora's River for the last 2 spots, and then go to GTG actually. So that would have taken a lot longer if I wouldn't have found it.
Yeah, luckily you found the bow there.
Because I didn't really expect. I don't know. Has anyone found hover boots by chance?
Yes, both
Goron
the other
said it.
runners did. They were in the Goron pot.
Oh, in the pot. Oh,
Yeah, they were not needed for the seed.
they weren't. Yeah, but
I mean, it would have helped for the mega flip at the end of Shadow, which I need to test out. Because I was very close to dying for the mega flip. Because so I made it on my last try.
I had FW, so I wasn't that concerned with that. It's really nice.
I had no FW. Where'd you find it?
Good question. It was in... No, not Fire Temple. Was it Fire Temple? No.
No sane person would go into Deep Fire in a glitched rando.
I went eventually, just because I was looking for a bow. But at first, I just had... No, I had FW before that, never mind. I forgot where I grabbed it. Grabbed it.
So, I mean,
Like I got the boss key, and then I just placed FW in Fire Temple, killed Volvagia, and then at some point, after I went to Forest Temple, I came back.
Yeah, I was hoping to find a bow in Forest, but I just had to keep searching.
I was really hoping it to be like bow, or maybe even hover boots, although they weren't needed at that point anymore, but...
If I had to guess, I'd say that the other, quote, Way of the Hero item in Forest Temple was probably Ruto's letter. somewhere in there,
There was a water temple hint.
or forest temple.
Oh, forest temple. No, that was light arrows.
Well, there were 2 forest temple Way of the Heroes. There were
oh really?
there
Oh,
were 4 hints for that.
oh, I didn't. Oh, that actually matters.
I
Okay.
didn't know that. Okay, that makes sense then, because I think I might have just missed the hint stones that had 3 forests. Because if I see 3 forest temple hints, that means there's 2 Way of the Heroes in there.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't keep track of those.
Yeah, you gotta keep track of the hint stones. I think there's been some seeds where there was 6 gossips that say Kakuei the hero, which means there's 3 Way of the Heroes in Kakariko.
3 items. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I think I didn't know.
Though, to be fair, when you see Nocturne of Shadow on Ocarina of Time, you can sometimes start ignoring those Way of the Hero things, because it's just like some of those are going to be just complete debated.
Well, it really depends on where you need to go and how viable and how fast it is. For example, going in a forest for the Way of the Hero after I saw the light arrow hint was a obvious plan, and I continued it after a little bit just in case I found the bow. Spirit Temple Way of the Hero, which I found was not a big commitment. There was a high chance I was going to find a required item, and I did. It was the hookshot.
Yeah.
Right.
And you just don't want to go through like really, really long dungeons or areas for the Way of the Heroes. Like, for example, I'm not really sure, but just doing quick Way of the Heroes that doesn't take too much investment, and there's a lot of items around the area. It's usually a good idea, and there's not much risk in doing it, but if there's like 1 or 2 items in an area and it's really hard to get to, you like really, really long, like 10-15 minutes to get to it, it's not worth it.
All right,
Probably
sounds like
late.
we are joined by Davpat as well. Congratulations on the very close finish, and
Yeah.
Sorry about the result, but it was very close.
Yeah, so I saw that. Pretty good. There was some stuff I never bothered to learn, so I had to learn in the race, which kind of hurt me.
Were you looking up a video on Water Temple boss key skip?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it's cool that at least I learned something for this race. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we had about 15 minutes where you and Frost were both trying to get that skip on screen, so we had a very consistent look on both sides of the screen.
Okay.
I had to tweet out the speed gaming stream on Twitter because you're both at water BK skip for 20 minutes.
Nice.
So I think you guys. So Davpat did a really old setup, and Frostdiener did the newer
ground
clip setup,
yeah.
But he kept holding down during it, and he kept failing it. So if he didn't hold down, he probably would have won the race over you by like 10 minutes or so.
Oh, okay. I was looking in the setup, and like I just saw that I had everything. Like I had like the hover boots and bomb shoot, and like I just realized that I didn't need to do like the bomb like hover and stuff like that, and then it went better. But yeah, I had some trouble just getting there. Plus, like, I started doing all the water, and then I just gave up at the end. I was like, okay, no, the DK might be in the middle tower. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna try to do that trick.
You are able to ledge clip to it. Just an FYI.
Yeah, but right, I didn't know that that glitch, so I might as well just do the
actually
skip.
Actually, no. You can do like a bomb push OB, and you can. You can manipulate your swimming in the water so you load the room so you don't have to fight the enemies in the water.
Yeah.
So you're swimming at the top at all times, and you can just swim to the BK.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Did you guys add like the same item, like the hover boots at the end? I'm guessing.
I found hover boots when I was searching for magic because I forgot about slingshot minigame. Oops.
Oh no.
And I found my magic on Spirit. Colossus Fairy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot about Slingshot minigame.
That's something.
Because I didn't have enough rupees, I just thought, oh, okay, I'll come back later. And never did.
Did you do Dick Tree?
Yeah, I did everything. I did Deku Tree, I did every single dungeon.
Okay, just didn't farm on the chain, I guess.
I farmed on the chain, but I didn't do it enough.
Yeah, to be honest, I think like I'll lose, like not at the biggest skip. I'll lose at Baronade. My Baronade fight was something horrible, from like a nightmare. I think. Like I had one stick, I get ISG, and then I hit Baronade with like like I misclick and I hit him, so I didn't have any stick. Then I save warp, get out of there. Then I realized I cannot go back to the shop, so I need to go back to Deku Tree, like to go buy
Mustics, oh
more
god.
steak, and then
You
I
could-
got back. I went back. I died again. I had to do like my. I think I lost about like maybe 30 minutes to Baronite for no reason because I had it. I had everything. I'm just not used to like do it with the ISG. I honestly I think I lose the race there because the rest I was like doing pretty fine. I did shadows super early with just Bombchu. I was
Yeah, that
super
was ridiculous.
my shadow was pretty good. I was like, okay, I'm getting in. I'm going. Then I did like, okay, I'm gonna go do Baronade. And I'm gonna feel like be fine. And then I just die there. And then like everything else was just I keep dying everywhere. I'm like, oh no, like the momentum and everything.
So
At-
yeah, so Davpat, you were the first person to find all the bows before anyone else found any bows.
Nice.
Wow.
And my first bow was the one in the shadow because I didn't want to get shadow lock. So what I did is like I'm gonna count my key and make sure that everything is fine. So if I have to go back here, I'm fine. And I find the bow, I'm like, oh baby, like I don't even need to do the bum shoe. Like I was pretty confident there. But after that, like I kind of messed up a lot everywhere, so that kind of hurt. That's okay. I like learning trick like on the go. I think it's a good skill to have.
For Baronade, you can kill him with pots if you never don't have a stick.
Yeah, but in my head, I was like, fuck that. I'm just gonna go
Yeah.
back. It's gonna be faster. I didn't even thought
Yeah.
I didn't move Zersking. I was like, yeah.
I mean, it looked like you started to do the pot strat, and then you were like, you know what? Nah.
It's not that easy, I'm guessing. Like, and I don't even know I had one hit on him, so I was like, no, this better go grab just stick right away. Some small mistake, which turned big mistake.
All right, so this was a pretty excellent race. I enjoyed watching it, and I enjoyed having both of my co-commentators along with me. We had Pasher for the first part, and then Glitchy kind of filled in after Pasher had to go. I think we probably need to wrap things up here. So is there anything else you guys would like to say before we wrap things up?
Not really.
Yeah, good luck to you guys. I'm not gonna
yeah.
keep playing, so good luck
Hey,
to you.
I'm really sorry about that, Davpat. I hope you're maybe able to join another tourney.
Oh, I'm joining the Beta Quest tournament, and like I always been more a Beta Quest player. So if you're interested in that,
I'm already in it, but I haven't done any beta yet. Oops.
Okay, so yeah, I've been grinding Beta Quest like since a lot of time, like maybe 6 past months. So that's pretty much my.
So for those of us who are not aware or familiar with Beta Quest, to my understanding, that is basically a sort of entrance randomizer in the game. You're not randomizing the items so much, but the entrances are just like completely messed up.
And it's glitched logic as well. So you have to you have to know your stuff for Beta Quest, and you're going to have to improvise on the fly to get to certain items. So maybe you might have to end up doing Spirit Hover with Kikiris and bombs. You never know.
Yeah.
And one shoe, but it's not really viable. But you have to do like really crazy strats, which is why Beta Quest can be so interesting, just to manage the loading zones and get around items that you can't normally get.
All right.
So I assume the interview is done. I have no more, nothing more to share.
All right. Thank you all once again. I want to thank all of our runners, Davpat, Frostdiener, and Glitchymon for putting on an excellent show today. And I want to thank my co-commentator from earlier, Pasher, for putting up with me. And all of our viewers here, thank you so much for watching. And for all of us here at the Speed Gaming Network, I will just say that I have been Dr. Bobtastic, and we will see you later. Bye, everybody.
Peace out.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
All right, thanks a lot. See you guys later.